In this video, we're going to be breaking down the landing page and offer strategy for a brand that is doing over $50 million every single year in revenue. And what I'm going to be doing is breaking this down in detail, showing you the specific areas and principles that this brand is using on their landing page to increase conversion rate, and how the offer structure is built for conversions as well, and to increase average order value. And I'm going to be showing exactly how you can apply this to your brand today. So just before we dive in, a quick refresh on the dashboard to show you guys I'm qualified to speak on the topic of growing e-commerce brands. Last 90 days, one of our clients just under $2.5 million in revenue. If you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I run a marketing agency. We help e-commerce brands scale their revenue and profit. And the way that we do that is through customer acquisition and customer retention done for you services. The clients that we work with have a completely hands-off approach because we take care of everything end to end. And what we do is we do the media buying, we do the ad creative, we do the CRO, the landing pages, offer structures, we do email marketing, SMS marketing. And the reason why we can do all these things is because we work with a handful of brands. We don't work with a ton of companies. Our model is we have a boutique agency. We don't work with a ton of clients. We work with a small number of clients. We go deep into each one of those clients and do all these things, because when you do all of this, it means that you can scale further, right? And what we do is we have control over these areas, because we know that if we do this right, we do this right, we do this right, we're able to scale the brand to 8 figures and beyond, right? So with this video, I want to show you a brand called Qure, and they are a skincare brand. They sell different products for skincare. Their hero product is this kind of this mask, but they've since expanded into personalized skincare, other skincare systems, and so on and so forth. So the page I want to take you through today is one that they're driving cold traffic to from their ads, and it is this inverted PDP offer page, which is very, very conversion optimized page. We're going to be going through this. Excited to show you guys this one today. But what they're selling is this micro-infusion skincare system, okay? And what I've done here is I've actually taken this page out and I've highlighted specific areas that I want to take you through today to show you the key principles that you can apply to your own brand as well, okay? So first of all, let's just take a quick scroll through the page just to show you the structure and get context on what this brand is doing and selling. So Digital Makeup embrace a new level of confidence with micro-infusion is the headline. And as you can see, as we scroll down, they're showing how the product works and they're showing a lot of proof. If you're selling something skincare, something health related, you know that proof is king, right? So they're showing like this visual. I'd recommend having these kind of like 3D animated graphic visuals if you can, to show the use case and show how the product works. It's always a great way to do that. We see them a lot on our tutorials. This is just something simple that you can create that shows use cases in a very interactive way. A lot of before and afters, which are very, very important with this type of product. More information about how the product works, 5 reasons why, like a sort of mini listicle within some authority, through influencers, some social proof, again, through before and afters, some comparison charts. And, we're going to be going through all this in detail, as I mentioned. And then eventually we get to the offer section. So the first thing I want to show you is this above the fold, the hero section. We have instant differentiation because this is like tech and skincare combined. And this hybrid stands out from the generic topical product. So the product itself, as you know, is very, very important. The key to all this is having a product that works, a product that sells, a product that the market wants, having product market fit. And skincare, because it's so competitive, this is a perfect example of how a brand within the skincare space is still creating that differentiation and still carving out their own market share within the skincare market by having this micro-infusion system, which is basically like microneedling. So you stamp it on your face and the microneedles actually go into your skin and it introduce that, right? So rather than just applying cream on your face, serum on your face, this actually goes in, and that's kind of the unique mechanism that it goes deeper and it targets root cause, right? By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you in your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. So that's really the first thing I want to mention on this page. The second thing is education through design. Now, the way that this page is designed and the way that, the different information is displayed as you scroll through, it builds trust and explains the benefits, answers objections, guiding cold prospects to belief and purchase, right? So if you want a way and a structure to take people through a journey of education to then purchase, specifically cold traffic, then this page is a great example as to how you can structure that. As we can see here, they introduced the Qure micro infusion system, right? The naming of the product itself allows it to be decommoditized from other skincare products, which is really, really important. Before and after, as you mentioned, with the specific, notice how we're not just showing the before and after image, but we're also showing the specific problem that the customer is facing, right? And what we're doing here is we're appealing to different problems that our audience is facing, so they can see themselves and the results through these customers, right? This is really, really important for the customer to visualize their current state and their after state. If they're currently experiencing fine lines and wrinkles, well, this is a perfect example of how this product can solve that problem with a clear visual and proof as to how it helps, right? This 5 reasons why everyone can't get enough is like a very, very mini listicle, but it gives you very, very quick, easy to digest reasons why the product can help, right? So again, I'd recommend having something like this mini listicle. We see this through other pages as well. This Hexclad page, one of my favorite pages, which is similar like a hybrid kind of inverted PDP. They have like a very 6 reasons why, very short listicle here, which, is a great way to add very easy to digest ways that the product can help, right? Us versus them, right? Here we're talking about the products that the customers likely already tried, or maybe they're already considering, or even disqualifying something that they might come across in the future as a potential alternative. We're saying this is not an alternative because we do this and this product doesn't do this, right? A very, very simple way. See in action and a time frame as to when you can achieve the results is also very, very important. Because if you remember Alex Hormozi's offer equation, we're trying to decrease the time that they actually achieve that desired outcome. And if you can provide a timeline, then that's great as well. Okay. Another thing I wanted to go through here on this page is this clinical but accessible kind of overarching theme that this brand has. And basically the product is framed as spa level treatment at home, combining credibility. They're not only saying that you get clinical results, but it's also cost effective, which is a win-win for the customer, right? Because they don't have to go to the dermatologist and they don't have to waste that time, but they also don't have to spend the money that it costs to actually go to the dermatologist and get the treatment, right? So it's at home, is very convenient. And what this does, again, referring back to the offer equation, is it reduces the effort and sacrifice that the customer has to go through to achieve the desired outcome, which is huge. Now, if we scroll down here, we see a clear problem and solution framing here, which tackles visible skin concerns, wrinkles, dullness with a unique at-home tool, right? So we can see here that you have 2 options of rejuvenating fine lines and wrinkles and a specific things that it helps with, right? Brightens discoloration, phased out spots, etc., right? So we're giving them the specific use cases and specific problem and solution here. Then we get down to the offer section, which is one of my favorite offer structures, which is the quantity break offer. Now, the quantity break offer is when you present usually 3 different options, and what you do is you say you can get 1, 3, or 6. It could be 1, 2, and 3. It could be 1, 3, and 5, whatever it is. But basically, it's the more you buy, the more you save, right? In this case, they're framing it as 1 month supply, 3 month supply, 6 month supply. We've seen this from other brands. If we just pull up Woofs and this product here, they do something very, very similar where you can have a 1 month, 3 month, or a 2 month, 4 months, and 6 month supply. They actually just changed it. But you can see the commonalities here. Brands that are doing 8 figures, 9 figures that sell a consumable product, a product that runs out and needs to be replaced, they're usually always running some kind of offer like this, a bundling offer. Now, the reason why you want to do this, first and foremost, it increases average order value, right? If we get someone to purchase a 6 month supply, which is pre-selected, we're getting them to spend 222 euros instead of 1 month supply of 89 euros, right? And with the 89 euros, they actually have to pre-order because it's sold out. Whereas if they purchase a 6 month supply, they get it right now. Okay, so we're giving someone extra perks for purchasing more, which is something you could do to help direct more people towards that 6 month supply purchase or even a 3 month supply purchase, right? And the whole thing here, as I said, the more you buy, the more you save. So 1 month supply, you pay full price. 3 month supply, save 50%. 6 month supply, save 65%. So it's almost a no-brainer, right? You see the difference from price from 1 month to 3 months is actually not a huge jump, especially when you're getting 3 times the amount of product, right? And with the quantity break offer, really, really important thing you want to include is always the amount per treatment, the amount per unit. We can see here with Woofs as well that they have the monthly price, right? So you're always going to break it down to like a per unit, per treatment, per month, per day price. Because by doing that, we're psychologically saying that it's cheaper if you purchase more, right? Which is kind of counterintuitive. But what we think of as humans is like, okay, this one's only $20 per treatment, so I'm saving money in the long term, right? And then there's a little little scarcity thing here, which is 167 kits left, which again gives them a reason to purchase right now. Which is, when you're doing direct response, direct to consumer, you want to always give customers a reason to purchase now. Scarcity, exclusivity, limited units, limited time offer, and then as we saw, premium product, value stack, high perceived value, because we're giving them all this, and then we're saying it usually costs $714, and you can get it for $249, right? So huge saving, 66% saving, which is huge, right? And it's a very clear, well-designed offer structure where we have, first of all, very clear, you just choose what you want, and then you choose your payment option. You have pay in full, or you can pay in installments with something like Klarna, which is a great layout and very, very clear as to what I need to do. Little thing down here, 1,831 person last 48 hours, just adding some urgency, but also adding some social proof at the same time. Simple things you can do, subtle things you can do, which allow you to increase the amount of customers that buy now and therefore increase conversion rate. Now, if we click buy now and save 50%, we get an upsell, right? This pop-up upsell, which is enhance your microinfusion results. It's a complementary product that if we add this, it's going to increase the likelihood that we get results. And we save 30%. It's this all-in-one face serum. And if we're spending, $100+, spending an extra 44 is not, there's not a huge additional cost in terms of what we've already added to our cart. And what this is a price anchor. Price anchor is extremely powerful because if you anchor someone at a high price and then you introduce a lower price, that, as humans, we think that we're saving money, right? Even if that lower price is it could be the normal price, right? It could be what the brand wants you to purchase anyway, right? But because we've introduced that price anchor, it creates this cognitive dissonance, this space between what we're anchored towards and what we're actually getting, and it feels like a saving, right? So just a very, very powerful consumer psychology principle that you can apply to increase conversion rate and increase average order value. So let's just say we were to add this to our cart, then we go to a cart drawer, a slide out cart, which very, very interesting. We get even more upsells, achieve your skin goals faster. We have this dermal mist, and this brand obviously has an ecosystem of products. And this is really what you need to aim towards as a D2C brand, is expanding your product line, because expanding your product line allows you to increase average order value, as you can see right here. And this bar, the kind of progress bar up here is you're $169 away from a free face serum worth $70. And this is a great way to increase, to create some gamification to increase the amount of people that add those upsells, right? So small things here that, lead you to increase conversion, increase average order value. They have like secure shipment, right? Shipment protection, which I'd recommend all brands having. If customers go for it, it's a very, very easy way to increase average order value and profitability even more. And then, check out free shipping, buy now, pay later, some very subtle brand promises. But you can see here, this is a perfect cart drawer to model from. Even the in-stock, ship within 2 days. If you can give customers kind of a timeline as to when they will receive the product, that's great as well, right? We're just setting expectations here. We want to model everything from Amazon because they're getting a ton of data and they've tested all these things. Just think about Amazon, right? They give you fast delivery, but they also tell you exactly when the product will be arriving. They tell you there's only X number of units in stock. They have, slash through, strike through pricing, and they also have upsells after you add to cart as well, right? So the fact that all these things are repeated across these brands that are doing very, very well is no coincidence, right? So you want to be able to apply those to your own offer structure and of course your own brand as well. All right. So what are the key takeaways here from this brand? Well, the first thing is don't just sell a product, sell a system or solution with high perceived value. And what this is doing, as we said earlier, is decommoditizing yourselves from the rest of the options on the market, right? Because if customers start comparing us to other brands and they're literally just going off of price, then that's a losing battle. We don't want to get into that game. What you want to do is you want to create a system, or you want to create a solution that is decommoditized, and it also in itself is a unique mechanism. It allows us to create a category of one, which makes it easier for us to sell cold traffic. The next takeaway is using a dedicated offer page for cold traffic, not using a generic PDP. And what it allows us to do is it allows us to specifically target, like this brand, for example, if they're going after, even they could drill this down even further, where let's just say that they wanted to go after a market that specifically were suffering from fine lines and wrinkles. They could create this page specifically based around that problem and then introduce their product, their system as a perfect solution for that specific problem. And they can have different pages for different problems, right? They can have one for fine lines and wrinkles, one for skin tone and texture, one for, brightening skin or reducing dark spots or whatever it is. And what that means is that we could be even more targeted to the customer, and it creates an even higher likelihood that the customer is going to achieve their desired outcome, right? It's all about the perception that they're going to achieve it. Just think about it. If you were suffering from a specific problem and the page you went to from the ad you saw just only spoke about that problem and only spoke about the solution, and that was like, this product is a perfect way for you to solve this specific problem, you probably have higher confidence in that product being able to solve your problem compared to something else that is like a generic skincare product that solves 10 different issues, right? It's all about the specific problem. And because of that, you're also willing to pay more for it because your perception of achieving your desired outcome is higher, right? So subtle things here which can actually improve conversion rate even further is that dedicated offer page. Another takeaway is bundling with free gifts to increase average order value and justify premium pricing. You can add free gifts as a way to increase that perceived value, as you can add them as bonuses, right? The key here is to add them as a bonus and always include the price and the value of those free gifts and then slash that price to zero, because it just, again, it increases the perceived value from those gifts itself. And then the next takeaway is mixing visual storytelling with educational flow to guide cold leads towards belief in action, as we saw with this page. They do a very, very good job at doing that. And then finally is using objection busting sections such as FAQs, ingredient benefits, results timelines, as we saw how fast it can take to achieve the results, a lot of before and afters, videos, authority to handle concerns proactively. Okay. And what this page is doing is it's answering all the questions that the customer has in their mind as they come to this page and as they learn about the product. And that is increasing the conversion rate, because a big way to increase conversion rate is literally just answering questions, answering objections the customer has in their mind, and convincing them that this product is the right one for them. Okay. So that's all for this video. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you're looking for a partner to help you scale, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, we do this for our clients, completely done for you. And if that's something you're looking for, there's a link below this video. You can book a call. We can have a chat about your business, understand your current challenges, understand your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to come in and work together. All right, that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next video.